Jabir Ibn Hayyan, also known as Geber, the father of chemistry. Jabir Ibn Hayyan's life and achievements. Born 721 CE, died 815 CE, just 80 to 90 years after Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. 721 CE, Jabir Ibn Hayyan was born in the city of Tus, Persia, which is now Iran. His father was a pharmacist who introduced him to the world of science, 7030s to 7040s. As a young boy, Jabir studied math, medicine, astronomy, chemistry, and philosophy. In the 700s and 50s, Jabir moved to Kufa, where he worked in a lab and performed chemical experiments. He began writing books and testing new ideas. He became a student of Imam Jafar as-Sadiq, a well-known Islamic scholar, who was also the great-great-grandson of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Jabir lived most of his life in Kufa.
In the 760s to 790s, Jabir made major scientific discoveries. He discovered strong acids like nitric acid, sulfuric acid and hydrochloric acid. He also discovered aqua regia, which is a combination of nitric acid and hydrochloric acid. Aqua regia is also called royal water and it dissolves gold and platinum. He created the sulfur, mercury theory. He thought that by changing the amount of sulfur and mercury, you could turn one metal into another, like turning lead into gold. This idea was important in alchemy. He determined that sulfur is hot and dry, and mercury is wet and shiny. He invented and improved lab techniques. These techniques are still used by scientists today. He invented the alembic, which he used for distillation. It is the process of separating liquids. He improved crystallization, which is the process of making crystals. In his experiments he frequently used evaporation, which is the process of turning liquids into gas. He improved methods filtration, which is the process of cleaning a liquid by removing solids. He frequently used sublimation in his experiments, which is the process of changing solid to gas directly. He made and studied new substances. He used them to make medicines, colors, and cleaning materials, dyes and inks, soaps and perfumes. Ammonium salts, Jabir discovered ammonium chloride, metal oxides. He designed scientific tools. These tools help make chemistry safer and more exact. The alembic, used to heat and separate liquids. Scales and balances, to weigh chemicals. Glass containers, for mixing and heating safely. He was one of the first people to try to group the elements. Before that, people believed that the elements occurred due to magic or mystical powers. Jabir used a logical approach to classify them into three groups: spirits, things that evaporate, like alcohol; metals, like gold, silver, copper; salts and minerals, like rock salt and crystals. This formed the basis for classification of elements, which led to periodic table we have today. He believed in experiments. He said, "You must test and prove what you learn." He was one of the first people to use the scientific method, doing tests, writing down results, and repeating them. He was the first true chemist. In 815 CE, Jabir died in Kufa, Iraq. But his work lived on. In the Middle Ages, which were from 1100s to 1400s, his books were translated into Latin. His name became Geber in Latin. European scientists used his books to study chemistry. Today Jabir is remembered as the father of chemistry. Modern scientists still honor Jabir for using experiments, making real discoveries, and helping science grow. Here are some fun facts about Jabir ibn Hayyan. He used symbols and codes to hide some of his secret recipes so nobody would steal his work and take credit for it. He worked on alchemy, which is the old science of trying to change metals into gold. Of course, nobody ever succeeded. Jabir and other alchemists believed that everything in the world is made of 4 elements: earth, water, air, and fire. Some people say he wrote more than 3,000 books, although not all have survived. His most famous books include Kitab al-Kimiyya, the Book of Chemistry, Kitab al-Sabain, the Book of 70, Kitab al-Mizan, the Book of the Balance. His books talk about magic, alchemy, science, and religion all together. Jabir Ibn Hayyan's legacy endures as the father of chemistry. Jabir's work influenced science for centuries. People still remember him as a genius who helped build the base for modern chemistry, pharmacy, and science.